Hey guys, Mouseinkin here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video, and so we got the SS3 Daima Vegeta. We're going to jump in and try him out here at 55%, so he's freshly pulled, 55% level 1 links. We've got the intro animation, of course. Oh, so is Gohan. So we're running a team that is his leader skill. It is, of course, Transformation Boost or Gifted Warriors, and then plus 50% to Power Beyond Super Saiyan. So we're running a full team of characters that can get his lead. I did leave off. We can run both the 10th anniversary Dokkan Fest, like Vegeta and Gogeta on the team. They would only get the 170, but they could both be on the team. But for the sake of this initial showcase, I've not got them on here. We do have the Tech Gods, who are of course a unit that get his full lead as well. But there's our boy. Yeah, animation's still very, very clean. Almost used my Piranha Stone on Daima Goku, saved by laziness. Yeah, I feel super bad. Anyone who used their like wish to get Glorio or Goku is like it's super unfortunate. But yeah, there's his there's Super Saiyan 3 Goku, there's Daima Vegeta's idle animation. It's pretty cool. Alright, so let's take a look at our boy here. So, obviously, like I say, Transformation Boost Gifted Warriors for 170, 200% to HP, 50% to Power Beyond Super Saiyan. It's a decent leader skill. There's a lot of good characters on here. The Super Attack, raise attack and defense by 33% for 3 turns. Immense damage to the enemy. Raise allies' defense by 33% for 1 turn. And then we have, on the turn 1, chance to crit and damage reduction 20%, and a Scouter, so just on turn 1. Base effects, 3 key attack and defense 200%, damage reduction 50%. As the first attacker in the turn, damage reduction 70%. Then as the first or second attacker, 50% attack and 30% chance to crit. When attacking, attack 200%. When receiving an attack, defense 200%. After receiving an attack, launches an additional super. After receiving a super attack, launches an additional super. So if he gets supered in slot 1, he guaranteed supers 3 times in the turn. And then obviously you could get the hidden potential as well. So on turn 1, he has a 50% chance to crit, and in slot 1 has 90% damage reduction. So bearing in mind he buffs everybody's defense with his super attack as well. Gohan will be fine to tank this super at the end, right? We're doing the Goku story version of the Future Saga, so it ends with the AGL, Zamasu and Rose that heal a lot, because it gives us quite a few turns to work with. But yeah, this Goku Black only hits for like 1 million, so Gohan should be fine at the end. So we don't have a lot of links. That's the only problem with this Vegeta, is his links are definitely not the best, and he doesn't have a lot of key links, which is a bit kind of awkward. So we'll do this. His start of turn defense is 160k, so obviously that's not a lot. When he gets hit, he's obviously going to get 200% when he gets hit. So once he takes that hit at the beginning of the turn, he's going to go up to 480k, which is not a lot, but he has 90% damage reduction on this first turn. And then he gets those extra buffs that will carry over to the next rotation as well. So let's do this. And then we'll do these for you. Yeah, the anniversary LRs all getting the extra key is kind of helpful. So there's an 8 million turn 1 for the first super. Super attack animation is very cool. It goes up to 8.4. It's not like a huge increase. Yeah, we didn't get the hidden potential. Obviously, as a physical unit, he has level 5 additional anyway. So we've got 2 supers. He's got a 66% raise ready for the next turn. It'll be interesting to see what his start of turn 2 is going to be. But yeah, he definitely doesn't do like big damage. It's one of those things where he is obviously like, he's more of a defensive unit, which I think is an issue potentially for him being 55%. Because obviously, like, I don't really care too much about him not doing crazy damage at 55% because he's not a damage dealing unit. But the problem is he is meant to be a defensive unit. So obviously the question is going to be, how good is he actually going to be defensively at 55%? We will see. But
it's about time I got a chance to fight. It's pretty obvious you're not going to defeat him by yourself.
Alright, so we got the gods on the second turn. And that's the funny thing is, like, on this team build, like, the gods are just, depending on the event as well, especially, like, the gods are just so much better in, like, slot 1. But obviously we want Vegeta to get hit so we can get the extra attacks. So we'll do that, do that. Well, actually, I don't know how well this Vegeta will do at the end here. We can't get a Rainbow Orb for him either. Well, Goku Black doesn't hit all that hard. Plus, it's very possible the gods will just kill him, to be fair. But yeah, the friend is 55% as well. So that is the big standout thing, is not really a lot of damage. He gets the extra attack still if he's in slot 2. So, and on turn 1 in slot 2, he would still have 70% damage reduction. So, I mean, you could put him in slot 2, especially because the scouter shows you where the super is. So you could put him in slot 2 on this turn and have the gods in slot 1 quite easily. It's just the fact that he wants to get hit first to get the extra supers, which gives him the buffs for, like, the next turn, right? Interesting that he supered in slot 3, like, both turns. This may have been a mistake putting the Tech Vegeta in slot 3. So obviously every time we hit this Goku Black, he's getting extra attack. But yeah, the defense support on the super attack is good as well, especially on turns where he is going to double super. Well, this turn he triple supered, so he's giving 99% extra defense to everyone on the rotation, which is pretty good. Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta with the final flash. Hopefully this doesn't do too much. Yeah, 232. I'm going to take that, I guess. But see, this is a turn where it's going to be more awkward for him because he doesn't get hit first. So, yeah, he's at 264 on the second turn after 2 super attacks. So that means, let me put that in here. So 264, 325 plus 200% when he gets hit. So he goes up to having like 800k defense with 70% damage reduction. So he's got about 800k defense with 70% damage reduction. So if he was to get hit by, like, let's say a 4 million damage super attack, take off 70%, 800k, he would take like 400k from a 4 million super attack here, which is a lot. But I mean, in this situation, obviously he would super first, which means we would get the extra 33%. He's not being hit first though, so he's only going to get 1 attack off here, which is annoying. I mean, I guess we could do this. Oh, the animations are still on. Because, yeah, obviously with this guy, with Goku next to him, bearing in mind he is a Power Beyond Super Saiyan character, of course. So 70% extra defense and 10% extra damage reduction. That goes a long way. Because even going from just, like, it doesn't sound like it's going to be that much, really, but, like, going from 70% damage reduction to 80% damage reduction is a significant amount, especially with a little bit of extra defense on top, right? Because we're saying that, like, the 4 million super, he would take, like, 400k, right? But now, that 4 million super would be minus 80%. And so now he's tanking it for double-digit damage. I don't think he gets quite that much defense on super. Like, his defense doesn't go up by enough that he'll be tanking like 8 to 11 million. That's a bit much. I mean, maybe at Rainbow with higher defense, but obviously talking about what he's able to do here now. Because remember, the stacks from his super are only for 3 turns, so he has it on his next appearance, and then the next appearance around again. It's not like it stacks up even higher than that. But yeah, I don't think the schedule has changed due to Daima. We know that they plan all this stuff like years in advance, and they get to know stuff about the games and the series and all that kind of stuff in advance so that they can prepare for it. So yeah, he's basically at 280k now. So when he gets hit, he goes up to 840. So yeah, he would tank a 4 million damage super attack in slot 1 here for double digit damage. Also, he actually gets to get hit first now, so he will get to attack. We'll do that, and we'll do that. Also remember that even though they won't be on the same rotation, the Vegeta's going to get the Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I mean, he's not going to get a chance to super here now, is he? Actually, no, he will, because Vegeta does such bad damage. I was going to say, because the Vegeta on the next rotation is now going to get the buff from getting the AGL Goku 18 key super. Because remember, that's a 44% buff for everybody. So let's see, what is he going to look like on this next turn? He's at 355k. Now that's a bit more like it. I mean, this is at 55% as well, so it's not bad. So 355, 278 plus 200%. So when he gets hit, he goes up to 1 million defense, and he's got 70% damage reduction. So that means, yeah, a 5 million damage super minus 70%, 1.5. So he would take 500k from a 5 million damage super attack, which is still 500k, is still a lot, but I guess for like a 55% slot 1 unit with no support on the rotation, it's probably not the worst thing ever. Do that. Get to attack as well. Yeah, he does have the active skill that we'll talk about, but he needs to attack, super attack 5 times to do his active skill. So obviously getting hit in slot 1 to get those extra attacks is what you want. Yeah, of course he doesn't eat the super here. But yeah, this Zamasu super's for 2.8 and has type disadvantage. So he's actually hitting for a lot more than that. Right, he would be hitting this Vegeta for like 4 point something. So but yeah, it's one of those things where it's probably a bit risky like turn 1, but he has a scout at turn 1. And it depends on the event, I suppose. Because like in this event especially, on turn 1, Goku Black's only hitting for like 1 million, so he's fine. But I don't know. I could see him like being decent in some of these events, but as the bosses start to hit harder and harder, it becomes tougher. Especially early on. He wants to get that little bit of build up, like the 3-turn buff. Getting the Super Saiyan 4 Goku out obviously helps a lot as well. Damasu dodging. Where's the 55%? Alright. Yeah, Tech Vegeta definitely a good unit for this team. I guess because other units on the team are just better, he's going to end up floating a lot. But So we've got 280k and 50% damage reduction, 80% damage reduction on this turn. Can't get the 6 orbs for you, but 3 should be enough with the Goku buff as well. So yeah, let's see how much he takes from this. 24k. I mean, there you go. 24k from a type disadvantage super attack that's going to do about 4 million. He takes 24k at 55%. That's not bad. The only annoying thing about this boss is obviously that he seals. And that kind of messes with the for 3 turns like stack thing as well. Especially considering that his active skill is tied to him super attacking a certain number of times. I kind of don't want to. I don't want to use his active skill on a turn where he's potentially going to get sealed. I mean, I guess we could put him in slot 3, but by slot 3 I mean slot 2. But save it for now. And this is the thing, right? He's meant to be a slot 1 unit, so let's keep him in slot 1 and see how we get on. I did give mine a level 5 dodge silver equip, so you never know when that could come in clutch. I was going to say, of course he's not going to super me on the turn where I don't use the active skill so that I don't get sealed. Because yeah, the active skill does damage and it also gives him an attack buff for the turn. So... But that's the thing, I know people like, obviously we're kind of spoiled by the anniversary units, like big attack stats and stuff, but Vegeta being a strong defensive unit and still kind of hitting for around 10 million at 55% level 1 links, I don't think is that bad. And the thing with this Vegeta as well is that his links, a lot of his links are giving attack. So once his links are leveled to 10, he is going to be hitting a decent bit harder as well. But again, like, he is a defensive unit primarily, so I'm not too fussed about him not hitting like crazy hard. But and Samasi with the dodging is so annoying. Like, bruh, just die. The 1 rotation got Daima Goku, best not to chase. Yeah, I would say, like, trying out 1 rotation for the 150 stones on, like, a guaranteed featured, if you have the stones to spare, is, like, could be worth the risk, but, yeah, Saiyan Day's in, like, 2 weeks, so... The amount of stones you'll be able to get between now and Saiyan Day is not going to be a huge amount, right? So, all right. Well, at least we know we can attack. We're not going to get to attack more than once because we don't have the. Oh, he can't. This one can't even use his active skill. Let's go. But yeah, these are the kind of turns where units with this kind of design, this is where they get hurt the most, right? Like, he got sealed on the last turn, so he couldn't get his 3-turn raise from the super attack. And then there's no attacks in slot 1, so he's not going to get hit and get the guaranteed extra super attack. So chances are he's just going to do 1 super here, and then that's it for the turn. Which is a little bit disappointing. Typical on a turn where there's no attacks in slot 1 as well, so we had the perfect opportunity to just use the active skill. But it is what it is, I guess. Goku should eat this after supering. Yeah. No, just don't dodge Gohan and then we're all good. 38 million. Nice. Alright. So now I can move on to the last. Obviously, we're not going to do this event like all the way through to the end because these guys have an insane amount of HP. But now this gives us a good opportunity to see Vegeta. So we're at the 300k. I think this is pretty good for him at 55%. I know he's getting buffed by the Goku from the previous turn, but having 300k start of turn means that when he gets hit, right, he goes up to basically 900k. And at 900k, he's going to have pretty good ability to tank against these bosses with like 70% damage reduction. Because what do these guys hit for? AGL, Goku Black and Zamasu. They hit for 4.2 or 4.5 is their hardest hitting one, which is when they're on low health. So 4.5 million damage super minus 70%. 1.3, and he has a million defense when he gets hit. So at 55% level 1 links, this Daima Vegeta would take, well, they get the extreme versus super buff as well, so he's probably taking around 500k, which again for a 55% level 1 links I don't think is the worst thing in the world. But yeah, so his active skill is the Gallic gun. After 5 or more super attacks, greatly raise attack temporarily, ultimate damage, and attack 33% for 1 turn. The annoying thing is, especially for like 55%, with him being a physical unit, it doesn't give him guaranteed crit for the turn. So chances are you're not going to crit, especially at 55% when you have 0 crit and hidden potential, obviously. Let me just make sure. I didn't turn these off, did I? No. Alright, here we go. It looks like it does so little because they've got so much HP. They've got how much? 630 million HP. All right, so these guys are at 2.2 now. Might as well go ahead and do this.
I'm going to have fun destroying you.
This is the problem with too many rainbow orbs. Alright, so this super does like 4.2 mil. 550k, yeah, see. He still takes big damage in slot 1 from these guys, but again, I don't know. 55% level 1 links, is it the worst thing in the world? I don't know. And this is on the turn without Super Saiyan 4 Goku, so obviously on that turn, he would tank a lot better, but there's the 13. And of course, remember, when he gets hit by a super, he gets an extra super attack as well. So 3 supers, all sort of like 12 to 13 mil. I don't know, I think that's pretty good for 55%. Like, I mean, he does have that crit chance just in his passive, but it's not a high amount. And then there's the gods doing 32 mil. Because of course they are on his full leader skill. Crazy to think the boss has so much like HP that these kind of attack stats, and we've only just done 1 bar of HP. They just attack so many times. I don't know. I feel like that's the thing. This is one of those situations where expectations have to be tempered, like, correctly. 55% level 1 links, like, and he tanks a 4.8 million, 4.2? 4.2 million damage super attack in slot 1. I mean, I think definitely the thing they should have done straight away to make him, like, considerably better is just give him guard. Because then he's tanking, like, for double-digit damage against most things in slot 1, which is his whole reason to exist, like his whole kit, right? He wants to be in slot 1. But if the boss is super attacking before he attacks, then you're going to be in a weird spot. So, I don't know. I think he's okay, but... yeah, see, this one has even lower defense because he's not getting the benefit of like Super Saiyan 4 Goku supering on the turn before. So, but the extra 10% damage reduction can make a bit of a difference. Yeah, so it drops it to like 300k on the turn where he's with Goku. Which again, I think for 55% isn't terrible. Because he definitely is, if you get dupes, he's like a full dodge character. Because it counts all of the parts of his passive, like when receiving an attack he gets an extra super. All of that counts even if he dodges. So, if you do get dupes, he's absolutely a full dodge like unit. And then additionals, I guess, to help with him get his supers off so he can get his active skill quicker. But... but yeah, I mean, I don't think he's unusable. I mean, like, this event is long because they have so much HP, but I have no, like, doubt in my mind that if we carried on doing this run, which I'm not going to, if we carried on doing this run, we would win. Like, we're not going to die because of him in slot 1, especially because this team has a lot of HP when we're at full health. But... I wonder if we can get if we get a heal on the next turn. Like, what is the maximum HP for this team? That's the thing. The gods are going to have so much defense. We can get the as long as we get some tech orbs with them, they're going to get a massive heal on the next turn anyway. Of course, there's no tech orbs at all. Alright, we can get the Dokkan attack with him. I wonder how much damage we could do in this turn if we do this. Do this. Really? Why would you not get the AGL orbs? Like, bruh.
Time to get serious.
Now, I said what I said, but if he gets super attacked here after he attacks, chances are he's dead. Because, yeah, as long as we kept healing each turn, we would be fine. But we're not getting the heal here, so... because the gods wouldn't pick up the tech orbs. Even though, with how high their defense is, just those 2 tech orbs would have given us so much HP. But yeah, there was only one attack in slot 1 and it wasn't a super, so... and they're just going to heal after this anyway. But yeah, I think we'll wrap it up there. I think he is decent, especially for 55%. Is he, like, crazy? No. Is he the best TUR? No. But is he bad? I don't think so. Like... obviously, people will always over-exaggerate. So, like, if people are saying that he's, like, trash, I would definitely disagree. I think he's pretty good. He's just not anything, like, super special. He's in a unit that will be considerably better with dupes, which I know is always, like, a weird thing to say, because obviously every unit is better with dupes. But, Yeah, I don't know. He seems okay. He's just not really anything special. Definitely a skip, I think, for most people, especially considering you're not going to be summoning, unless you are, because you have loads of stones or you're a whale or whatever. You're not going to be summoning for him with multiple dupes. So I think it's probably a pretty safe bet to just go ahead and skip this guy. Like I say, I don't think he's bad. I just don't think he's anything particularly special. Like, he's decent. I don't know. I have a personal hatred for the word mid and how it gets thrown around by the community. So I think even calling him mid is, like, unfair. But I don't know. Because, I mean, this turn with the extra buffs we've got 340k and the damage reduction from Goku. We'll end it off here after he gets hit, but I just kind of want to see if he gets supered in slot 1 again here, because this is the harder hitting super from these guys as well, because they're on low HP and they didn't super. So, but with him supering first, that makes it his tanking slightly better if he was to get supered afterwards, which he didn't. So there you go. We'll wrap it up there. Let me know what you guys think of Daima Vegeta down below in the comment section. Like I say, I would skip him, but it's up to you guys, of course. If you did summon, let me know how you got on down below in the comment section. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. I think for 55%, you know, he's alright, but it is what it is. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.